For number 12, again, we're factoring, so we have 81m squared minus 90m plus 25. So one of the first things you want to do, especially when you have a problem with larger numbers like 81, 90, and 25, if you just have 1, 5, and 10, or 1, 7, and 6, something like that, it's pretty easy to figure out the prime factors. But when you have larger numbers, it gets a little more tricky. So I'm going to start by figuring out, does 2, 3, or 5, which are those smallest prime numbers, do 2, 3, or 5 go into all three of these? So 2 doesn't go into 81, so I can automatically cross that off the list. 3 goes into 81. 3 goes into 90, but 3 does not go into 25, so 3 can't work either. 5 can't go into 81. I know that right off the bat, so I'm kind of stuck here, which means I need to do the other form of factoring. So what I need to do first is to figure out what 81 times 25 is. So 81 times 25, which is going to give me 2,025. Huge number, right? So the next thing that we need to do is to figure out what numbers multiply to 2025, and add to negative 90. So I'm going to just start listing out my factors. 1 times 2025. 2 doesn't go into that. 3 does, though. And 675. There's no way that these two numbers, or these two factors here, are going to give me 90. Those numbers are just too big. So I'm going to keep going. 5, 405. Nope, no way I can get 90 out of that one. 9 and 225. Getting closer, still not any way to get to 90. Then we can do the next factor, then is 15 and 135, and we are getting closer, but even 135 and 15, there's no way to get 90 out of that. We have 25 and 81, no way. Then we have 45 and 45. So 45 plus 45 is going to give me a 90, but because this is a negative 90, that means I know that these both have to be negative to get to that point. So now I can break this down. I'm going to break this 90 into a negative 45m and a negative 45m. So your new equation should read 81m squared minus 45m plus 25. So what you've simply done is just broken down your middle number into those factors, or those prime factors, and then we can split our equation to factor it out this way. So I'm going to look at this side, 81m squared and 45m. I know that the number 9 can go into both of 81 and 45, and I can pull out an m. So if I pull out a 9m from both of them, 9m, this is going to be a 9m, and then this would be 9m minus 5. If we pull out this 9m from both of those, and we're going to do the same thing over here. What goes into 45 and 25? Oh, I know I can pull out a negative 5 from both of them because this is a negative. It's pretty easy to start that way. And if I do that, I'm left with 9m minus 5. So now I have 9m minus 5 in my parentheses, and then I also have 9m minus 5 out here, or you can rewrite it as 9m minus 5 squared. So a lot of work on this one because we have huge numbers, and that's always what happens. When we are given larger numbers, there's a lot more work that has to be involved. But the process is really no different than any other equation. You need to multiply your two outside numbers, figure out all the factors of that outside number, and figure out which ones add or can be combined to get to your middle number. When you get to that point, you rewrite your equation with your two factors, and then split it in half and factor out each side, and then whatever you have out both inside and outside your parentheses is your final answer.